Such sights to show you. No, don't do that. Go to hell!
Hellraiser 2, which is officially called Hellbound-HELLRAISER 2, might have been a really good movie had the first one never existed. It does some interesting things, but much of it is simply a retread of events that happened in Hellraiser 1, and then things pretty much fall apart in the final act. Hellraiser 2 continues just a short time after the events of Part 1, which is good. I hate it when horror sequels press the big reset button and pretend the previous film didn't exist. In fact, there are at least 2 detailed flashback segments to the events in Hellraiser, and interestingly, as a side note, some of the footage used is unrated material that was originally cut from the version of Hellraiser that made it to theaters. The movie's okay, but when the characters end up in a place called the Labyrinth, that's when it completely runs out of gas. First of all, I thought the point of this level of hell or whatever was the whole sadomasochism pain and pleasure thing. So what's with all the really lame circus bullshit going on? Clowns and fun houses are scary, sure, but they have no place in this movie. Now that's just a minor quibble, but once the movie gets to this location, it seriously goes in directions that I just didn't find interesting. There's a potentially cool moment late in the film where Pinhead and the other Cenobites are reminded of their former humanity, which results in a shocking face turn where they team up to battle the film's real bad guy. Unfortunately, he dispatches the Cenobites in mere seconds, and that's my main problem with this film. In the first film, the Cenobites were crucial but not overexposed, and people were really intrigued to find out more about them in their world. Here, again, their appearance is brief, which is good, but they're just dismissed and tossed away. You get a little bit of backstory into the Pinhead character, but not much, and certainly not enough before the characters are just wiped out. And I didn't really bring this up in my first review, but since it was worse in this one, I should really point it out. Ashley Lawrence really isn't good as the heroine of these movies. I do think she's given some really bad dialogue to work with, but then she delivers it so badly in this very annoying, whiny scream. So, positives. Again, Christopher Young's score is just amazing. It really goes to show, in my mind anyway, how an actual score works much better for horror movies than death metal and hip-hop. You know, this kind of score really sets the right tone. It would take 4 long years before we saw these characters again, as the sequel machine cranked out 6 more Hellraiser films. Are they any good? Stay tuned. I'm Chuck Dowling, and I'm attempting to watch and review 31 horror movies this October.